It is a bright and eventful day for justice in Nigeria, and if you have been following the news lately, you know that the atmosphere is buzzing with a major update regarding the Owo Church tragedy. You remember that quiet Sunday back in June 2022 at St. Francis Catholic Church in Ondo State? It was a day that left many hearts heavy. But the latest developments from the Department of State Services, popularly known as the DSS, are finally bringing some light at the end of a long tunnel. If you are glad to see progress on this case, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you never miss these important updates. The big gist making rounds right now is the intense court trial of the 5 main suspects linked to that attack. We are talking about Idris Abdulmalik Omeiza, Qasim Idris, Jamil Abdulmalik, Abdul Halim Idris, and Momo Otuho Abubakar. While the headline mentions the arrest of a commander, the real drama is happening inside the Federal High Court in Abuja. For the first time, we're seeing witnesses come forward under heavy protection to point fingers at the people who allegedly planned and executed this act. One of the most fascinating parts of this story is that one of the witnesses was a member of the Ondo Security Network, or Amotekun, who actually faced these individuals in a shootout during the heat of the moment. Imagine the bravery it takes to stand in court and look your attackers in the eye. What makes this even more interesting for those of us watching from home is the group these men are allegedly part of. While many people initially thought this was the work of ISWAP, the DSS is now presenting evidence linking these suspects to a cell of the Al-Shabab terrorist group operating out of Kogi State. This is a huge shift in the story because it shows how deep and complex these networks can be. The DSS has even asked the court to hide the identities of their witnesses to keep them safe, which tells you just how high the stakes are in this trial. It is a real-life thriller, but with very real consequences for our nation's safety. If you believe our security forces are doing a great job with this investigation, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more deep dives like this. As we move through 2026, the trial is picking up speed. The court has heard heart-wrenching stories from survivors, including people who were inside the church and saw everything happen. These witnesses have been identifying the suspects one by one, making the case against them stronger every single day. It's not just about making arrests anymore. It's about making sure the evidence is solid so that justice is truly served for the families in Owo. This progress is a testament to the hard work of our security agencies and the legal system working together to ensure that no one is above the law. The resilience of the Owo community has also been a major part of this journey. They have waited years for this moment, and seeing these suspects finally facing a judge is a big win for everyone who values peace. The government is making it clear that they are committed to protecting every Nigerian, no matter where they worship or live. It's the kind of news that reminds us that even when things look dark, there is always a path to justice if we stay patient and support the right institutions. Before we go further, I want to remind you again to like the video and subscribe to stay connected with our community. This story is far from over as more witnesses are expected to testify and more evidence is being brought to light. It's a long road, but we are moving in the right direction. The commander figures and the foot soldiers are all being held accountable, and the world is watching to see how Nigeria handles this landmark case. It's a moment of pride for our justice system and a moment of hope for every citizen. It is getting even more intense as we look at the secret details coming out of the courtroom. If you are ready for the next part of this gist, please like the video and subscribe right now. One of the most shocking revelations recently shared in court involves the secret hideouts of these suspects. It turns out that while the attack happened in Ondo State, the planning and the base of operations were tucked away in Kogi State. The DSS investigators tracked the suspects to a hidden cell where they were allegedly coordinating with international groups. This wasn't just a random act, it was a highly organized operation. During the trial, the court heard that some of the suspects, like Abdul Halim Idris, were already known for previous activities in Kogi before the Owo incident even took place. What really keeps viewers at the edge of their seats is the testimony of a star witness known only as SSSH. This witness is an operative from the Amotekun corps who actually exchanged gunfire with the attackers. It's like a scene from a movie, but the reality is much more serious. This kind of direct identification is exactly what the prosecution needs to make their case ironclad. If you think the Amotekun officers are the real heroes of this story, show them some love by liking the video and subscribing. Another sweet part of the gist, if you can call it that, is how the suspects tried to blend in. Witnesses testified that on the day of the attack, the gunmen arrived at the church disguised as regular worshippers. They even carried bags that looked like they contained Bibles or personal items, but inside were actually firearms and explosives. This level of deception is why the DSS is taking no chances, ensuring every bit of evidence, from the bags used to the phone records recovered from their hideouts, is presented clearly in court. The judge, Justice Emeka Nwite, has been very firm about keeping the trial moving. Even though the suspects pleaded not guilty, the mountain of evidence being brought by the DSS, including testimony from survivors who are inside the church, is making this one of the most talked about trials in Nigerian history. People are finally seeing that no matter where a criminal hides, whether in the hills of Kogi or the forests of Ondo, the law will find them. So, do you want to hear about what the survivors said during their emotional testimony and how the court reacted to the Al-Shabab connection? Like the video and subscribe.